And we are live again. Day 2. We see what happens. I guess we have to wait a little bit for people to come to the live session. Oh, we have 2 people. Good. Okay. I hope you guys hear me. I have my not new, like I'm using some old sound equipment to do a better quality. It's actually some pretty cool stuff, so I'm gonna show you some, yeah. That's my sound system, yeah. And this is one of my favorite microphones, actually. The M Audio. I bought this one quite a while ago when I did my first studio. And it was something really nice because I saved from the street performing. I saved a lot of cash. Not a lot of cash, I mean, I saved cash and I had a list what I wanted to buy, and I bought almost everything from the list. I got my coffee mug. Today I'm prepared, but I still don't know what to talk about. Privet. Mr. Garfield, privet. Are you from Russia or some other Russian-speaking country? Yes, no? Da, okay. So, we're doing the same thing as yesterday. Basically, I'm trying to figure out what I want to talk about. And I'm trying to wake up in the same time. And I'm answering questions to people who know my show but don't know me. And if you have any specific questions, let me know. I have to yesterday's live stream, I had several questions that I'm going to answer a little bit later. But yeah, so okay. I guess this is how many languages are you speaking? I understand Russian. I can read Russian because it's close to Bulgarian. The other question that I want to answer is where I'm from. Bulgaria. I'm from Bulgaria. I'm loud and clear now. Yep. This is because of the sound system I have. The sound system I have at the moment is much better than just the laptop yesterday. I have a microphone that I used to use for studio recordings. This is actually a really good microphone. I like it. I have the professional equipment. Yeah. So again, I don't know what to talk about. I just want to do stuff for you guys. Just want to make some content for you, because the idea for this season was to start like a couple of weeks ago, but because of this coronavirus breakout in Europe, and spreading and stuff. I cannot work on the street. Switzerland, the country at the moment that I live, it's everything is closed. The public places are closed. We are not allowed to make any performances. Anything that is more than 50 people was last information that I have. And yeah, I'm here at home just sitting. The idea was to go with a camera crew to shoot some videos on the street as Pepe the Clown, but we are not allowed to do that. And um, until the moment that they are going to say, okay, everything is okay now, I am just going to do this, or I'm going to figure out some other ways to entertain you. Yep. How did I start my journey into comedy? Ha! I was in Bulgaria. I was a teenager. I didn't know that I want to do comedy. I didn't know. I didn't know what I want to do. No, I wanted. I knew that I wanted to be a performer, but I didn't know that the street is something that I want to do. That the street is an option. So I started studying drama theater in Plovdiv, and there I met my first clown teacher. And this is basically how I started, just in 2 minutes explanation. I did not start as a street performer right away. I started as a theater performer. And then a couple of years later, I figured out that I can make people laugh on the street. There was a couple of years when I started that I didn't know what I'm doing, and then slowly I figured out the strong parts of the show. So this is how it started. Mehfuz Khan, I miss your new video. Well, as I said, there is not going to be new video because of the situation we are here. So it's gonna take a couple of months, I guess, or a month. I hope it's just a month. And second thing, where are you from? I am from Bulgaria. I am Bulgarian, Balkan. Yep. Let me answer the stuff from yesterday. Randy Rain. You're very calm. Here's what I want to know. I'm a magician in America, and I know lots of clowns, sort of. They are clowns, but they don't work. That's because here in US, we have become this thing that everyone is supposed to be scared of the clowns. Yeah, the pop culture is really not presenting us in a nice way. Not that these people are really afraid of them, it's just that most people are idiots and they think it's the cool thing, and the cool thing to do. So no, I get lost. So I would like to know if you have seen anything like that on the other side of the planet. I also like to know about busking outside US. The thing is that the pop culture and the real life culture are two different things. Pop culture is the movies, the advertisement, the TV that feed you some narrative, so to say. And usually this narrative is a part of a movie. Like yesterday, I had to tell about the Joker and stuff like this. Yeah, when you call something like this a clown and it looks like a clown, it doesn't mean that it's really a clown. The mask is not the essence. The essence of a clown is what comes from outside, from his thinking, from his inner world. And here in Europe, it's a little bit different because we have a very old and very big theater tradition. And the difference between clowns, not the difference, the way people see clowns here, it's much more. It's much more how I can explain this shit. It's much more connected to the tradition, to the history, and clown, because clown comes from something called commedia dell'arte, which is an old way of making street theater and making theater in general. And coming from this, we understand a little bit more, we have a little bit more connection to theater background and cultural background of the clown as a happening, as a phenomenon. So when here in Europe, when you see a clown on the street or somewhere else, it doesn't ring right away Ronald McDonald. It goes in the brains of people, it goes in a different folder, so to say. I don't know how to explain it. And it's not the same as, yeah, he has a red nose, so he's going to do something wacky and something crazy, and he's going to be scary. No, the situation here is much more theatrical. People are used to much more theatrical stuff, and therefore we also have deeper clowns. Like if you watch some of the Russian school performers, circus clowns, like Slava Polunin. I always give him as an example. This guy is amazing. He has so much to give as just living as a character, just not doing anything, not you will never see a person like him to throw a pie in the face or something like this. This is not what our history, the clowns come from. This is something created later on, and I wouldn't call this clowning. I would just it's just form of entertainment that is not very deep. And the real clowning, the real clowns, they come from a different side of psychological. I don't know. I got totally lost in what I wanted to say. Yeah, it's a different thing. It's much more deeper. Sorry for the train of thought, lost train of thought, but it's much deeper, and it's a different style that we are here. Yeah. Have you heard of El Carocha? Yeah, I know El Carocha. This guy is really amazing. I love his videos. I was starting when I saw him perform. I think he's from down from South America. I don't know where exactly he's coming from. I saw him many years ago on YouTube. I found him and I was following his stuff. Back when YouTube was not something what it is now. It was just a promotional tool, and everybody was putting advertisement videos like, "Look at my show. This is what I do." Um, I was looking for inspiration, and this is how I found him. I found several artists like this, like Mimo Tuga, also very nice person, very nice entertainer. He knows what he's doing. Karoche knows what he's doing, and he's one of the best street entertainers there. Also, Durilov, a guy that is, I saw his videos from Barcelona. He's one of them. I know who they are. I know what they're doing. We don't know each other personally. And I saw many times people comment on the viral videos, my viral videos, stuff like, "Hey, you look like Karocha, or you look like Tuga. Don't copy him," or something. No, we are doing the same style, but we're different characters. We are not the same characters. I started copying. When I started copying, but I didn't started copying them. I had my own teacher that I first learned from, used his gags. Then I made my own style, and so on. If something seems similar in our styles, it's not on purpose. Bulgaria, please, city name. Haha. So, okay. My city. It's not a city. It's a bigger town. It's called Razgrad. This is where I was born. I got later on. I got out of Razgrad and I went to Plovdiv, which is one of the biggest cities in Bulgaria. And there I used to do theater, clowning, and stuff like that. Something else? Anybody else? Hello. Give sanitizer to all. Prank time. I was thinking about doing a video, a prank video of naming it "The Clown Has Corona" and he's giving it to everybody he meets, or something in there. And I wanted to do. I just wanted to give Corona beer to people. It's a stupid thing, but yeah, maybe it would be funny. I don't know. I'm a little bit sick though. It's not the virus. It's not the virus. It's something else. It's a cold I caught last week or 2 weeks ago. I caught a minor flu and still am dragging nose leak and a little bit of Rona Goyal. Okay, do you do usually a single character, or you're planning on developing a new character? If I'm working with a theater as an actor, yeah, but as being a clown, I don't want to create a different clown persona. Recently, I talked to one person that wanted to hire me for some gigs, and he says, "Well, do you have any other characters?" I said, "No, but my character can be dressed in another character. My character can have a car sales persona, like Mr. Bean. He was doing different things, but he was Mr. Bean. So The character, the clown, Pepe, that's something different. That is one person, one character. I don't want to create another character at the moment. I don't have the need. If I want to say something different, then maybe I will create another character. But at the moment, I'm doing only Pepe the Clown because it's universal enough to be able to say what I want to say with just one character. If that answers your question. Zdrasti, Lugo. It's good to see you back. Коя нация според теб с най-доброто чувство за хумор? Lugo is asking which nation is with the best sense of humor. So there is different nations. Each nation that I've worked around has their own way of expressing humor. But the more south you go, in Europe, it's like north, south, east, and west. The more south you are, Italy, Spain, Greece, all that, like the very, very south of Europe, people are more free, they're more expressive, they're more interactive, they're more social, and they have much more explosive, if I can call it like a sense of humor. The more north you go, the people are more reserved, they're not so open, they're not very interacting. And I tend to like Balkan sense of humor because I'm from the Balkans. But yeah, South. I like the South. I like the crazies. if I can continue. Oh, the nations that I felt most uncomfortable saying a joke or doing a joke was in Norway, which was weird because I worked on a cruise ship and the cruise ship was fine. But on land, Norway, especially in the smaller towns, people don't like to be addressed. People don't like to be bothered. And that was until I realized that they have their specific way of communicating. That was weird for me. I didn't feel comfortable there. North Germany also, they're not very. They like what you do. They would react. They would if I do a street show in North Germany, they would clap. They have a very good culture in this, but they're not going to react like the Balkans or the Spanish or the Italians. They're very reserved, very minimalistic in their way of expressing. I actually found your comment including balloons very unique. No, it's not very unique. Almost every clown is doing this. Where did you learn this and how it's called? It's called balloon twisting. It's called balloon twisting. You can find it almost anywhere online. There used to be this company called Qualitex that started all this, and they are the leading production company of twisting balloons. Yeah, it's magicians, it's clowns thing. I use the balloons as props. I don't rely entirely on them. I try not to rely entirely on them. I try to use them just if I want to say, if I want to use a sword, or if I want to use a stick, I use a balloon. I don't want to use props like plastic or any other props. If I need something, I make it out of balloons. That's why I use balloons. Um, the other thing that balloons give me is the rest, the pause between. If because on the street I tend to improvise, and sometimes you have a good flow of people, sometimes you don't. Most of the time, I have in the shows a hole. Like nobody's coming. I don't see any new situations, any new partners around in the people that are watching or in the people that are passing by. Therefore, I stop and I start making balloons. And I use this until a new situation presents itself. Sorry. So yeah, the balloons are for this. The balloons are just a break for me, and for the kids in the end. I always kids do not understand the comedy as adults do. Adults understand the comedy on many other levels because they can make associations and stuff. Kids don't have that. So for the kids is the balloons. Many times I've been asked to do kids shows, and the adults think that I'm gonna be funny, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. But if it's a very young crowd, 3, 4 year olds, 5 year olds, they don't understand the comedy as I do it, and the only thing they ask is the balloons. Therefore, in every show I do, in the end, on the street, every show I do, in the end, I just stop after I put my hat on the ground. I do a little bit of balloons for the kids. That's what I use the balloons for. Yeah. Как ще се промени изкуството като цяло в близките години според теб? Ha. Ooh. How? Lugo is asking, how is art going to change in general in the near future? I I cannot see. I see less and less street. That's the bad thing. Since we have shopping malls massively in our cities, it's like the culture and the social life happens there. There are places I've been to small cities in Germany, to small cities in Western Europe, where the social life is happening in a shopping mall, not in the center of the town, which changes for street performers, changes totally the thing totally. The street is not what it used to be. There is a lot of online. Everything is happening online. Everything is like I am doing a streaming for the first time in my life, and I didn't consider YouTube as a platform that I could make cash. I didn't consider online something that you can present yourself unless you are a band or you're a movie producer or something, and you put your art, your product online for people to buy. I didn't think of this as my that my show, my art can be online. Well, the last 2 years, I got proven wrong. I got this thing that I started realizing that, hey, maybe if I invest time and energy in this, this can turn into something much bigger. And yeah, this is something that is changing. live streaming, on-demand service, everything is just changing the world, which I don't know where it's going to lead to. But I see a tendency of less and less street, less and less performances. Like municipalities and governments are trying to ban street performers. They're trying to put restrictions. They're trying to put bans on certain stuff. Like it used to be easy to use an amplifier on the street. Now, in 90% of the places, you cannot use something that produce noise, something that produce sound. You have to be acoustic, and this is for musicians. So yeah, everything is changing really in a unknown direction, and with the latest change, the Corona thing. uh, in my social feed on Facebook and Instagram and all that, I tend to look at this. I don't know why. But the last 2 weeks, people are freaking out. There are performers that because major festivals are canceled, major events are canceled. I have performers who are like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I should find a real job now. What are we going to do? Yeah, this is happening. And at the moment, I have a regular job and I'm not that scared about performing. I don't do my main income from this, but if I had to at the moment, I would be pretty scared, pretty with a pretty good anxiety. Kev San, hi back from the Philippines. Good. Yeah. Well, I'm happy that people from all around the globe are contacting. It's amazing. Demi Treus. I don't know how to pronounce this. Sorry. Where are you from? Bulgaria. For the 15th time, I am Bulgarian. I'm from a very small Balkan country that many people know just for the yogurt, Stoichkov, and recently a football team called Ludogorets. But yeah. So do you travel often for your performances? So if plus India, visit India and let us know when you're doing. Love from India. Hi guys. I used to travel before. Now I don't travel that much. I live in Switzerland. I have a normal job. I try to do performances, but because this is not the main thing that I work, I am doing performances from like two times a month or 2 times, yeah, 2-3 times a month, not more. I also teach a little bit of clowning now. I have developed a small program to teach people how to clown to how to start clowning, and this is what I do in my spare time. Do I travel? As I said, I used to travel. I used to change city every second month. If I find a good city, I would work there, and at the moment that it stops being resourceful, I would switch place. But this was when my main income was from the street. Now my main income is not from the street, so I don't travel that much. I start to get not advertisement. I start to get requests for events and for stuff happening around like festivals, like private events, corporate events. I start to get requests for this kind of stuff around the world. And I would travel for this kind of stuff, but to free busk, I don't know. Probably not. This is why. This is why I want to. This is why I want to start doing more online stuff. So people who live in India or people who live in the Philippines or South America or whatever, they can also see the show. And the other thing, guys, is because we have to start thinking also how to hat you, how to take money for the show, because nothing is for free. Yeah. Anyway, I'm joking. Um, do you have kids? If you do, teach them. No, I don't have kids. I don't have kids yet. That would be a nice thing to have. Yeah, but not yet. Okay, cool. Thank you very much for being with me. I'm a little bit more prepared than yesterday. Hopefully, I'm gonna do this tomorrow again. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I cannot promise. I don't want to promise anything. Maybe. Thank you, and hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.